To say, let's give it time, it's there, he's guilty.
Former President Barack Obama has found himself at the center of a political firestorm after Donald Trump launched stunning accusations against him, claiming that Obama led a treasonous conspiracy against his 2016 campaign. During a public appearance in July 2025, Trump alleged that Obama orchestrated a coup attempt by using intelligence agencies to fabricate links between Trump's campaign and Russian interference. Trump cited newly declassified documents released by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, which he claims support his assertion that Obama and senior officials manipulated intelligence to sabotage his presidency. Gabbard's report, backed by whistleblower claims, alleged that analysts within the Obama-era intelligence community were pressured to alter their findings to portray Trump as compromised. Trump called on Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice to appoint a special counsel to investigate Obama and top figures like James Comey and John Brennan. In a dramatic turn, Trump shared an AI-generated video showing Obama being arrested in the Oval Office, a move widely condemned as inflammatory and dangerous. Obama's office responded with a rare statement, calling the allegations ridiculous and politically motivated, adding that they were a deliberate attempt to distract the public. Intelligence experts, including former CIA officials, also dismissed the claims, stating that the 2016 intelligence community assessment on Russian interference was credible and bipartisan. Legal scholars warned that even if the accusations were taken seriously, prosecuting a former president over official acts would face immense constitutional hurdles. Nonetheless, Republican lawmakers rallied behind Trump, demanding further inquiries, while Democrats decried the accusations as a smear campaign. Many observers believe this move is part of Trump's strategy to shift attention away from his own controversies, particularly renewed scrutiny over the sealed Epstein files. Some media outlets described the accusations as an attempt to reignite the discredited Obamagate theory, which had been previously debunked by multiple investigations. Critics argue that Trump's obsession with Obama stems from deep political envy, and that his rhetoric, especially when amplified with AI videos and social media memes, poses a serious threat by inciting real-world violence. Monitoring groups have already reported an increase in online threats against Obama following Trump's statements. Despite the political uproar, the legal likelihood of a successful prosecution remains minimal. The DOJ's newly created task force is expected to face procedural dead ends, and there is little bipartisan support for criminal action. Analysts warn that continuing to promote such conspiracies could erode public trust in democratic institutions and further polarize the American electorate. In summary, while Trump's allegations have certainly captured headlines and re-energized his base, the claims lack substantive legal grounding and are widely viewed as a high-stakes distraction with dangerous political implications. Building on the already explosive situation, the accusations against Barack Obama by Donald Trump are not just political posturing. They represent a deepening crisis in American political discourse. The core of Trump's claim is that Obama, as sitting president in 2016, used his authority to weaponize intelligence agencies in an attempt to undermine and possibly prevent Trump's election victory. These accusations have been referred to as an attempted coup, a phrase Trump and his allies have repeated across rallies, interviews, and social media posts. Trump has positioned himself as the ultimate victim of what he calls the greatest political scandal in U.S. history, and he's pushing this narrative ahead of the 2026 midterm elections and his own anticipated 2028 campaign. The political stakes are massive. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has become a central figure in legitimizing Trump's claims. Her declassified report alleges that some Obama-era intelligence officials pushed a false narrative, particularly around the Steele dossier and Russian collusion theories, which she argues were used to justify wiretaps and investigations into Trump's associates. One of the most controversial revelations includes a whistleblower account from a former intelligence analyst who says they were pressured to sign off on an intelligence assessment they disagreed with. According to Gabbard, this proves that intelligence was manipulated for political ends. However, former intelligence chiefs and oversight committees insist these claims are a distortion of internal bureaucratic disagreements, not evidence of treason or conspiracy. Obama himself has remained largely silent, but allowed his office to issue a strong rebuttal, dismissing the claims as baseless, absurd, and unworthy of serious consideration. Yet the silence has fueled speculation among right-wing pundits who argue that Obama's low profile signals guilt. Meanwhile, Democrats have accused Trump of using this manufactured scandal to deflect from the release of sealed Epstein-related files, which contain names of powerful figures, some possibly tied to Trump's past social circles. This deflection tactic is seen as typical of Trump's media strategy: flood the news cycle with a scandal so shocking that it distracts from any scrutiny he's facing himself. In Congress, the issue has sharply divided lawmakers. GOP senators such as Lindsey Graham and Josh Hawley have supported calls for a special counsel, arguing that if intelligence was abused under Obama, it must be investigated with the same intensity as the Mueller probe. In contrast, Democratic lawmakers have condemned the move as a witch hunt and a dangerous precedent of targeting former presidents with criminal investigations based solely on partisan reinterpretation of events. Speaker of the House Hakeem Jeffries called it a new low in American politics, warning that it undermines the tradition of peaceful transition of power and institutional integrity. Adding fuel to the fire is the role of social media and misinformation. Trump's followers have circulated deepfake videos and AI-generated images showing Obama being arrested or in prison. These visuals are designed not just to entertain, but to implant the idea in public consciousness that Obama is guilty. Experts have raised alarm over how AI is being used to blur the line between reality and fiction, especially when pushed by influential political figures. In many corners of the internet, especially conservative media circles, the idea that Obama committed treason is no longer a theory, it's accepted as fact. From a legal standpoint, the case is flimsy at best. Presidential immunity and the absence of direct evidence make it extremely unlikely that any criminal charges will be brought against Obama. Even Trump-appointed judges and conservative legal scholars have pointed out the lack of legal merit. Still, the political effect is undeniable. Trump has successfully recentered public discourse on Obama, shifting focus away from his own legal issues and reinforcing the narrative that he is being politically persecuted by a corrupt establishment. This ongoing saga is not just about Trump versus Obama. It's about the future of political accountability, the limits of presidential power, and the dangerous erosion of truth in American politics. By launching these accusations, Trump has once again forced the nation into a hyper-partisan battle over reality itself. Whether any formal investigation moves forward or not, the damage to public trust, institutional integrity, and political norms is already done. The Obama-Trump conflict, already historic, has reached new levels of hostility, threatening to redefine how American presidents are perceived and pursued long after they leave office.